permission to move your hands and to give their feet touch in the way that feels right for this meeting now. Highlighting the way that your heart is already conducting your hand like a conductor to the symphony. Feet is telling the story of their life, the story of their body. And we're allowing ourselves to get connected through what the eyes cannot see into that person and their story that they walked on this earth. Start to activate from their feet the movement of their pelvis, of their neck, of the rest of the body as it's connected to it. I invite you to hold the feet from the side and we're going to start to create infinity movement or H-shaped movement by bringing the toes together and separate and together and separate. That's very nice. A little bit slower, a little bit slower. Remember that the rhythm of their bones, especially when their muscles are long, can be... For me it looks good, but I will stay on it. The eyes are a little bit inside. I think that it's okay. Next time that you bring the toes together, keep the toes together and have one hand above the toes and one hand underneath the heels. Great. And we want to make a gentle rotation from side to side. So it's really nice, but I really invite you to slow even more than you do. That we want to connect to the rhythm of the water, which is 900 times slower than the air. It's really like slow, 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 slow. And through this physical body, we're connecting also to the emotional body, which is slower than the physical body itself. That's really good. The head still is all the time outside, even when you're rotating. Just on their heel, and imagine that you are making a fresh squeezed orange juice or grapefruit juice. The heels in the reflexology represent the pelvis and the lower back, and we just want to put, if this is the heel and this is your palm, using your palm to massage the heels. Great. I invite you ladies to bring both of their feet and place it here on the side of your chest, close to your shoulders. Great. And we're going to hold their Gemini muscle. We're going to come back into that practice in which we are just rotating the center of our body. We're not going to rotate much, but we're imagining that we're having a very big torch of light that we're slowly rotating to the left and slowly rotating to the right, like a big lighthouse. Slowly, slowly. Inviting all of the inner parts of your body to be engaged in the movement. Your belly, your chest, your shoulders, and then slowly again from the shoulders to the belly. Kat, you can bring his feet a little bit more towards the roof also. Once you're lifting, then the head will go a little bit down. So in this case, we're keeping it. Nice, 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 nice. Very nice. Okay. Beautiful. Let's come back to the center. Within those movements, we want to create this unification in which we are moving and they are moving, and also enjoying the fact that we can create such a harmonious movement within them without having to use any power. To spread a little bit their legs to the side, and in this moment, we can close our eyes and just to connect our heart to the situation and to the space. Allow their legs also that have been moving a little bit around to feel what is the right thing for them. And also to check within ourselves to have this energetic invitation as if we're knocking on the door and checking with them if it's okay for us to come closer. So bringing the invitation and waiting for the energetic approval. You did receive this energetic acceptance. I invite you to take a step forward, to place your palms on the knees, and we want to work on the kneecap, which is such a there's so much nerves in those ligaments, so much information. And we're going to use our touch to create elasticity, movement. the kneecap to the side to move that movement forward. To place the side of our palm into their side, their pelvis, just like what we saw before the practice. So this part of our palm want to meet this part of the side of their bone. Both of our palms are facing up to the sky. So palms are open, facing the sky, and the side of our palm is located on this side of the body. Great. Find a comfortable position that you're sure that you're comfortable. Susan, I also invite you to check that his legs are not touching the pool side. Also with you, Kathy. Beautiful. We're going to bring again the attention to the center of our heart. And we're going to start to create movement in which you are moving from the center of our body to the right and to the left. And the hands are not super tight, but are tight enough so the information in between the right hand and the left hand will be very clearly transmitted. Great rhythm. Slow down a little bit more. Now I invite you to turn your hands. Until now your hands were like that. And I invite you to turn your hands so they will be facing, your palms will be facing one another. Great. Perfect. And your fingers a little bit more up. And then when you will do the movement, you can create a little bit of extra extension also to this big muscle of the quadratus lumborum. Like the cherry on the top instead of like the whole thing. Great. Let's come back to the center. Beautiful. Coming back to the center, bring the attention back to yourself. Checking. Do I feel comfortable? Is there anything that I can do to make myself more comfortable within the situation? Going to release the hands from the side of their body. And I invite you to bring both of your hands for a moment close to one another, so again you can feel the connectivity between your right hand and your left hand into the Namaste Mudra, in which you're going to take also a moment to just really connect into the energy of the universe and society, to those beautiful things that go beyond our personal singularity. Bring both of your hands into a triangle shape and to locate the index finger on their belly button and to leave the rest of the hands close. This is the, I cannot do like this, so I'm doing like this, but you're locating the index finger and the rest like this, and just waiting for their belly to come and meet your hands. And within this moment, I really were invited into this beautiful big thing of dissolving ourselves into the universe. Wombs of the grandmothers. And in the heart, gratitude for that moment of intimacy and intentional prayer with our brothers, with our sisters, the spirit of the mothers. Our hands to walk slowly like a bear walking towards their feet. So we'll be making a very slow paced movement while we're gonna go towards the point of the first point of the kidney, and we're wishing to ground the sensation within them and also to ground the sensation within us. And to offer what we have in within ourselves down to the earth. We want to turn and eventually we want to arrive to be next to their sacrum. So for that, I invite you to leave them as they are and just come to their side so your palm can be placed directly on their sacrum and your thumb will be up towards their head. Use the hand that the thumb will be faced towards the head. Susan, it will be using your right hand, but not above his body, underneath his body. Bring your hand close to your body, place it underneath his body, and then place the center of your palm with your right hand directly on his sacrum. We're going to bring the other hand and to place it above. It doesn't need to touch. If you want, it can. But the importance that you're welcome to find a position in which your shoulders can be a little bit more aligned. The invitation is to just invite an energetic manifestation, melting, of loosing, of surrendering. Snow that is melting. Stand their breath in, but stay close to them. Just to keep on holding that space and sensing the space in between the skins. Just open, not take off. Just open, please, the floaters of your partner.
gift of your birth, child of this land.
Don't need to hold her back while you do. Find your most comfortable position.
Child of the moon, of this universe.
Welcome to every loop. The way that we're going to take off the floaters will not be by taking them out, but will be by holding them with my hand and placing my hand underneath, so the floaters stay in my hand and my hand will be underneath the leg. The first one, the close one. Susan, hold the floater and place your hand underneath. That is close to you. Hold it with your hand. Don't let go. Hold on to it and place your hand underneath all the way in between his legs.